Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Naka Design. I want to welcome you here to the channel, whether you are brand new or whether you've been here for a while. Your presence makes all the difference in the world to me. Because I schedule these thrift haul videos out into the future. Hopefully by the time you hear this, I will have shaken this darn cold. In the meantime, I apologize for the grittiness of my voice and the occasional cough. This is a relatively small haul video, and in keeping with my new practice, I'm just doing books this time. So let's get to it. This is something, it says the Essential Collection, The History of Transport, 3 great books. So of course you see a box this size and you think, oh, the books must be substantial. Well, no, the books are kind of small and thin, but interesting nevertheless. So there's also included in here this rather big poster. So I'll just do a quick little flip through. This is Pioneers of the Air. Oh, I didn't pull out a ruler to be able to tell you sizes. This would be great for fussy cutting if a person was doing a transport or an airplane themed journal. This one is railways. Teresa, you see this? I'm sorry. So again, same sort of images, some historic, some modern, well, more modern, and then automobiles. Which reminds me, I have an absolutely, I wonder where I put it. I have a spectacular book on vintage, well, or maybe antique cars. I thought I was in the process of scanning them at one point. They're that old. Anyway, let me put this aside. I keep finding and buying many interesting books. I have definitely gotten more selective and, still maybe make the occasional buying mistake. This book is so, well, let me pull out a ruler. It is so heavy for its size. Have you noticed that sometimes books are, you kind of have an idea of what something will weigh based on its size. And then you pick it up and you think, holy cow. And then other times you pick it up and it's like a feather and you wonder, well, what exactly did they print this on that it's so beautiful cover, actually. This, interesting little repairs done to the dust jacket. Okay, this is the Victor book off the opera, a 10th edition. The world's greatest artists are on Victor Records. Okay, so, ooh, nice red seal, although somebody obviously damaged it. This is copyright copyright 1929 by Victor Talking Machine Company. How do you like that? And then copyright 1936 by RCA Manufacturing. The book is almost 9 by, well, 6.5. So it's obviously pretty vintage. It's in great condition. Pages have a bit of sheen to them, but you can see that there are a lot of headshots and shots of particular scenes, I guess, in the different operas. I'm not an opera aficionado, or even a fan for that matter, but I do love old books. So You know, I haven't researched this to see if it's out of copyright yet, like or in the public domain, I mean. But there, that may be where its future lies. And all the photos are black and white. And again, a really heavy book. Oh, I didn't see this. Some of the greatest artists of the world who have made records for Victor. Look at those pin curl type waves. Cool. Anyway, I was saying that I keep acquiring books. I've gotten more selective, but I also, because the space is finite and I'm not getting any younger, I don't want my estate to have to deal at, I'm not on my deathbed or anything like that. I expect to live many more years, but I also don't want my estate, excuse me, to have to deal with my stuff. Number one, because we have had to do that, and it's not pleasant, as well as I would like to enjoy the fruits of the value that I've acquired while I'm living, to be honest. And just if we believe in the belief that in order to have more blessings come to us, we need to make room for them. I'm exploring different options for being able to liquidate, shall we say, some of my book collection. So watch for, well, number one, you should be a subscriber, just saying, because there are benefits to that. You never miss any content. But also to be able to know when I announce something in that regard. Anyway, I am still working out details, so I can't say much more than that at this point. This is, this was a book that I didn't intend to bid on. But hey, you know, like if you snooze, you lose. You can miss an item you wanted, and you can accidentally bid on something you could have lived without. Now, the book is 1959. It is obviously a mixture of poetry and, or is it all poetry? Yeah, I guess it's all poetry. We know that a lot of people love the character and the humanization of pages when people have written notes in margins and so on. So there is certainly that going on here. 1959, and it is a book of good poems. C.T. Fife, editor. Oh, that's a different language. Anyway, I will move on to the next one. This is a study guide for diesel and high compression gas engines, fundamentals, from the American Technical Society. Now, I could not find a date on it. Mind you, I didn't, not that it would be on the cover, but it's got this, let's see what we can see in there. Oh, it has, can you see that? Edmonton Public Library. Oh, I didn't realize it has library card in the back. Maybe that would give us a clue. 1977. Oh, and look at this. I, of course, am too young to know about these sorts of things, but this is really cool. I didn't realize this. So it's got the library card that would have been, you know, in those wooden drawers where they had that piece of, not pipe, but steel rod going through it, holding the cards, as well as this with this, I don't know, can you see those little punch outs? So that's cool. So, okay, this is from the 70s. I would have thought it was a little older than that. The paper is yellow. It's got some staining. It looks like it's typewritten, but maybe that's just the font they chose. Most of it is only, well, I'm going to say, okay. Oh, see, you could cut it off here on this dotted line, and that is actually an exam. That buttery yellow paper is kind of interesting. Anyway, of course, these little schematics are part of the appeal here. I don't have any aspirations to know anything about diesel engines. I actually hate the smell of diesel exhaust. But just kind of a cool book. Again, there was no... And we love tables, don't we? Anyway, so there's that. I'm mixing it up here a bit. This one is called Home Sewn, Projects and Inspiration for Every Room by Cassandra Ellis. 10 by 8.5. So you can just tell from these end papers what sort of book this is going to be. And is it not lovely? These, of course, can and will be cut into journaling pages because it has that homespun look to it, a combination of vintage, shabby chic, you know, just beautiful photography. I don't think it's particularly old. Yeah, 2015, but we know there was sort of that, and look at the back, sort of that granny chic thing that was hot for a while. So everyone and his brother did a book. Oh, this woman is a designer of contemporary homewares and patterns, an author, an interior stylist, originally from New Zealand. So the paper is nice and matte. So, of course, in a case like this, all a person would have to do is cover this up with some plain paper, and you've got 4 journaling cards right there. Or, alternatively, use it as a signature page in a tall skinny. I'm sorry. Is there something wrong with us that we get all gushy over twine and tissue paper and some fabric? No. We're perfectly normal. It's the rest of the world that can't see beauty in it that has something wrong with them. I have a sewing machine like this where it's got the wooden base and a curved wooden, a decorative curved cover, wooden cover. Now, of course, on mine, the latch is broken because that's probably, a point of weakness. But look at that. I don't know. I'm not responsible if you're drooling there at home. Just dab at it occasionally and we'll carry on. Like a mood board. Anyway, I don't need to show you every single page, but some pottery. Oh, what they're showing here are leather placemats and coasters. Cool. Cotton canvas storage containers. Okay. Yeah, it's all, many of us have many beautiful things, but it's all about the staging. And of course, it's far easier to stage when you have lots and lots of room. Oh, those are stamping blocks. I've come across the odd East Indian type version, you know, wooden block. Almost like a rocker type thing, so a curved bottom on it. I didn't want to pay the asking price, so needless to say, I do not have it. Beautiful. Anyway, let me speed things up here a bit. I do have other things to show you. Cantha quilt. Padded headboard. Ah, yeah, you probably can't see it, but there are those little horizontal stitches on there. I did a video not so long ago. Maybe you've seen it or haven't. There, you can see a little bit better in that picture. Now, they've done, obviously, a coordinating colors, so. But, yeah, Cantha stitches, if you want to just dip your toe into the world of slow stitching. Oh, that's showing how to lay out a quilt blocks. You can, I mean, the Cantha stitch is a great one to begin with. Old books. Got us at old books every time. Oh, those are bookends? Is that leather beanbag bookends? Don't know how practical that is, but makes for a cute photo anyway. Anyway, okay, I will let you just imagine what else is in there. I do like to pick up and have, I guess, a pretty extensive collection of these sorts of books. You know, they're typically, you know, soft cover. They are almost like a resource for what we're doing. To be honest, I haven't even flipped through this, but it had me at printmaking and mixed media, simple techniques and projects for paper and fabric. Dorit Alicia. I don't know if I'm saying that right. 2009. So it's getting up there. You know, these things, even if a person doesn't do a single project out of them, they are like eye candy. And just so, it's like, you know, like if you're a drug addict, well, I'm sure you don't know what it's like to be a drug addict. But if we stretch our imaginations and think what it must be like to be a drug addict, and we need our next fix, well, this is like a fix. It provides inspiration and makes those endorphins flow. And we just think, we ooh and we ah. And maybe we put, you know, bookmarks or page flags or something, because we want to be able to go back again and again to, as Zig Ziglar would say, prime the well. Or as Julia Cameron would say, you know, sort of nurture our artist, what she calls artist play dates. So I need to look at this. Okay, I don't know. I have a couple that are just vying for the finale here, but let's look at this in the meantime. Frank Lloyd Wright. This is almost like a postcard sized thing. 4 7/8 by 6 7/8. So domestic architecture and objects. So we know that he was, so it is a postcard book. He was he an architect? America's most, famous architect. So his designs are very recognizable. I was surprised that he is, okay, these postcards are oversized and require letter rate postage. Yeah, look, he died in 1959. So sort of the epitome of mid-century modern design. This was written or copyright in 1991. Because they're postcards. Oh, so this was his house, 1889. He built this house with its welcoming facade for his young bride, Catherine Tobin. And now this is part of a National Trust for Historic Preservation. And this is in Illinois. Oh, so these are shots from inside, or these first few are shots from inside that house. Look at those leaded glass windows. Okay, what do we have here? Stork panels. Wow. Bedroom. Master bedroom. Vaulted ceiling. Vaulted ceiling expands into what Wright considered the useless space of the attic, giving a spacious feeling to this small room. The mural, along with a companion on the south wall, was painted by Orlando Giannini in 1895. During restoration of the home and studio in 1979, 10 coats of paint, 10 coats of paint were removed from the murals, which afterward were carefully restored. 10 coats of paint. Wow. More stained glass. This is a 1902 home. There is a chair. That's gorgeous. This is 1940 already. Anyway, just really interesting for a guy who was so influential. So I like that one. This is really cute. She Who Loves a Garden, illustrated by Mary Engelbreit. I never really got on that Mary Engelbreit bandwagon, but this is pretty darn cute. Wouldn't these make great signature pages in a mini book? Just so sweet. The goal of life is living in agreement with nature. Come forth into the light of things. Let nature be your teacher. William Wordsworth. That's cool. Look how sweet. I need those girls helping me in my yard. Bloom where you're planted. I thought there was a date on that one. Save the Whales. 1984. Very sweet. And even if a person kept this book intact, it's just one of those that kind of makes your heart warm. And it certainly doesn't take up much space. Okay, maybe I'll opt for showing you these. Now, I haven't done any research on this guy. Raggedy Ann and the Golden Butterfly. Now, you can just tell they look vintage. I don't know if I found a date in them or not. 1940. Now, and I guess 1961 is when these were done. I do not know why Andy didn't get any billing whatsoever in this book. I thought they were kind of, you know, couple. Not a couple, but, you know, a duo. So really cute. I always like to have our cow, you know, wearing clothing. Ooh, something went awry here. I remember my kids had a Raggedy and was it Ann or Andy doll? But you know, the hair gets a bit ratty after a while. Then you let it go. Huh. Betty. Yeah, so cute illustrations. The covers are a wee bit beat up. So mix of color and black and whites. 1961. Raggedy Ann and the Hobby Horse. And then Raggedy Ann in the Snow White Castle. So I don't know if this guy was the illustrator as well, or he wrote the stories, or what the deal was. Might have to do a Raggedy Ann journal. Certainly there are a lot of great pages in here. And can't really tell. I thought back in the day most of these books were, oh yeah, you can see that it's sewn in. See all those, and it's almost like those little golden books or little readers that have all those. Actually, so no, they're not signatures, they're individual pages, but they've just been sewn in and have this type of a binding where they've captured it all in this part. So, okay, and then I will end with this one. I absolutely love this. Catalog and price list from a guy that I guess lived in Calgary. The company was established in 1885, and he apparently even served as mayor of Calgary. But this is like a millwork catalog and price list. So we, of course, know that millwork is, you know, those fancy moldings, handrails. I saw the word transom, moldings, you know, the things that made old construction look as beautiful as it did. So here's leaded art for churches. Leaded bevel plate, leaded clear glass, price list, pane price. I don't think I found a year on this. Pews for churches. Lecterns. Storefronts. That's when storefronts had some character. Look at that gal. She's, oh, I guess she's changing the screen, putting the screen in after taking the window out. Screened in sunroom. Porch columns. Columns and newels. Look at all the options for stair rails and, you know, the turns that you need to make sometimes in a flight of stairs. Imagine that. somebody actually had the skill to handcraft that. And they didn't use a 3D printer or a computer to figure it out, I guarantee you that. So this is sort of the thing you'd see in a craftsman type home with those windows and so on. Pantry cases, outside ice. Look at that kitchen. Kitchen furniture, a breakfast nook. You and your honey could have breakfast there. Look at that stove. I will continue to do some research. This is probably one, oh, look at the nursery. That could be scanned because of its age and because the company no longer exists. Craftsman colonnades. Church doors. Accordion doors. Hardwood front doors. That's kind of plain. Front entrance. Oh, they had side lights back in the day. Didn't realize that. Toilet doors. Huh. Toilet doors. Fur garage doors. Storm doors. Church window frames. How's that for an entrance? Transoms. Bungalow sash. Okay. If you got a window like this, I guess this is where the column ends. So how would you like to pay $5.65 for that, for a 16 by 20 window? Excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Gable frames and sash, window bays, dormer windows, storm windows. Wasn't that a fun process, taking the storm windows on and off? Cottage windows, hotbed frames, 6-light barn sash, barn door transoms, two-light check rail windows. Yeah, so some of that is language you don't really probably understand. So that is the factory, I guess. Calgary, Edmonton, Saskatoon, and Regina. So obviously a very successful entrepreneur, and I love this book. So perhaps stay tuned to see this digitized. Anyway, thanks guys. I'm going to stop there. Jason sent this Valentine's, so anyway, we will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for joining me. And again, stay tuned. Hopefully what I'm talking about hasn't already come and gone by the time you're watching this video. Anyway, thanks guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.